Hey everyone, welcome to the it's technically the second video of the series, but it's the actual first lesson we're doing, and that's the Unit 1 summary video. Actually, I need to fix that to topic 1 because we're only doing 1.1 today. But yeah, I will get through Unit 1 for sure. So this was requested by I'm not going to attempt to read your name, but you did tell me to do first section / unit, and that's kind of unclear. But today we're just doing 1.1 because doing the whole unit is the whole section is gonna take a while. I just finished my exam, so I didn't have time, and I just hope you can be patient with it. I hope you're not in so much of a rush. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. Okay, Unit 1 is business activity. So just a quick summary of what you would know by the end of this chapter. This chapter will explain concepts of needs, wants, scarcity, and opportunity cost, the importance of specialization, the purpose of business activity, and the concept of adding value and how added value can be increased. Okay, first let's have some definitions. Okay, firstly, we have a need. A need is a good or a service that is essential for living. A good is technically a product, basically a product, and a service. Well, you guys can figure that out for yourself. Service just something people give. For example, if you're going to a hair salon, that's a service. Or a car wash, that's also a service. Anything that's like not a buying selling product. A product is a physical thing usually. So yeah. Examples of a need include food, water, and shelter. By the way, guys, this video will be quite quick since I'm only going to do like a quick summary. I try to go into detail, and I will be referring to the textbook a lot. So yeah, if I'm going too fast though, I will leave timestamps in the comments below so you can review them. And if you have any feedback for me for my teaching, this is my first actual lesson, then please let me know in the comments below. All right, let's continue. So the next thing is a want, and this is a good or service which people would like to have, but it is not essential for living. And basically the problem is people wants are limited. So this is also a good or service, but this is something you would like to have, but it's not essential for you. And examples include technology, like your phone or your laptop, a new car maybe, or video games. So it's something you would like, but it's not actually essential for living. And like unlike a need, which is food and water, which you need to survive. So yeah. And the next thing is the economic problem. So it states that there exists unlimited wants, but limited resources to produce the goods and services to satisfy those wants. This creates scarcity. What is scarcity? It's the lack of sufficient products to fulfill the total wants of the population. And we'll get into further detail on the next slide. Okay, so what's the real cause of this? Okay, the real cause is that there are not enough factors of production to make all the goods and services satisfies the needs and wants of the population. So what are factors of production? These are resources needed to produce goods or services. There are 4 factors of production, and they are in limited supply. The first one is land. This is all the natural resources provided by nature. That includes fields and forests, oil, gas, metals, and any other mineral resources. So this is you could think of this as the land, for example, the building the business operates in, or the land if they're like an agriculture business, then it's that kind of thing. And also some other stuff like raw materials like forest, oil, gas, metals, yeah, stuff like that. And then we have labor, which is the number of people available to make products. It's basically the employees working and making the products and services. Even though services are not usually created, they're actually offered. And then we have capital, which is basically just finance, machinery, and equipment needed for the manufacture of goods. For example, let's say we're a furniture making business. We would need a lot of machinery and or people. I'm not really sure. So I think people build the furniture. So, but they would need some sort of machinery and equipment to do it. And finance is just the money that is used to help with the business to finance the business, the money spent to run the business. And enterprise is a separate thing. It's kind of different. It's the skill and risk-taking ability of the person who brings the other resources or factors of production together to produce a good or service. And of course, this is the owner of the business. These people are called entrepreneurs. And we will look into that in the next few chapters. But it's basically what is needed to bring all these land, labor, capital, factors of production together to operate the business. And this is just a picture from the textbook. There are unlimited wants, but limited resources, and that creates scarcity. Okay, next one is opportunity cost. So because there are limited resources, not all of our needs and wants can be satisfied. Therefore, we have to make a choice. And this is where the opportunity cost comes in. It's the next best alternative given up by choosing another item. This is done in everyday life, but also in businesses and governments. There's an example from a textbook. For example, for an individual, you have to choose between holiday or car. For a business, you might choose machine A or machine B. And then government, you might choose a new road or a new school. And whatever the other option is, that it becomes the opportunity cost. So for example, if you choose a holiday, the car will become an opportunity cost, and vice versa. And the same for business and government. Then we have the quick summary. I think that there wasn't much content, but I went pretty fast there. Basically, we have limited resources, land, labor, capital, enterprise, which creates the economic problem, and as well as unlimited wants, scarcity. Choice is necessary, so it leads to the need of opportunity cost. Okay, let's talk about specialization and its importance. So the factors of production are limited, so it is important to use these resources as efficiently as possible. Therefore, specialization comes in. This occurs when people and businesses focus on what they are best at. So very few products are now made just by the efforts and skills of one worker. Nearly all workers specialize in particular skills, and many businesses specialize in one type of product. Another example from the textbook, we have basically how businesses are using specialization. There are specialized machinery, technologies available. There's increasing competition, meaning that businesses have to keep costs low. And most people recognize that having higher living status can result from being specialized. So here's also a case study. We have Joe Sharma, carpenter, learned about making a table 250 years ago. He has to cut the wood, assemble the table, polish the table by hand. He has to deliver the table. So what did you notice about these methods of production? He did everything by himself. So from cutting the wood, assembling the table, and then polishing the table, then delivering it. And production was very low, as he's the only one making it, only one table per week. And then we can compare this to typical modern production methods. 250 years later, Jack Sharma owns the family business. This is how production is organized. So the wood for 20 tables is cut by a specialist machine. Carpenters assembles the table. The tables are finished in the polishing department. The transport business collects tables to deliver them to the furniture retailers. So you can see here specialization is used. It's not only one person doing the whole thing. There are different people specializing in different parts of the business, different processes. It's also like how businesses are split up in into departments, because there are going to be people specializing in finance, marketing, operations, and yeah, that's basically it. So next up, we have division of labor, which is a form of specialization. It is the production method, but no, it is when the production process is split up into different tasks, and each worker performs one of these tasks. So we have some advantages and disadvantages. Let's see. Jack is so principles of specialization, division of labor is dividing up the making of tables into different jobs and making each worker a specialist at just one task. Division of labor has advantages and disadvantages. The first advantage is that they are trained in one task and specialize in this. It increases efficiency and output, and less time is wasted moving from one workbench to another. It's quicker and cheaper to train workers as fewer skills will need to be taught. There are disadvantages as well for everything. Like everything else, there are disadvantages. They can become bored doing just one job, and this will lead to efficiency failing or falling. If one worker is absent and no one else can do the job, production might be stopped. So those are the two disadvantages. Please make note of these. You definitely need it. I will include flashcards that I made, well, basically 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, on all these topics in the description. So please check them out, see if they are useful for you, and use them as you will. Let's talk about the purpose of business activity. So we have identified the following issues. People have unlimited wants. The 4 factors of production. Resources needed to make goods are in limited supply. Scarcity results from limited resources and unlimited wants. Choice is necessary when resources are scarce. This leads to opportunity costs. Specialization improves the efficient use of resources. So basically, the next part, textbook is basically saying what the purpose of the business is, which is to combine factors of production to make products which will satisfy people's wants. And they can either be goods, physical items such as cars and shoes, which we can touch and see, or they can be services such as insurance, tourism, or banking. They can also be small, for just example, to just one person. That's called a sole trader business. We'll get onto that, I think in 1.2. Or it can be large and base. It's basically saying the different types of businesses can be privately owned or owned by the government and have thousands of employees or just a small group of employees, depending on the business. And they all have one thing in common, which is that they combine factors of production to make products which satisfy people's wants. Basically, what businesses do is combine scarce factors of production to produce goods and services. I already mentioned that. They produce goods and services which are needed to satisfy the needs and wants of the population. They also employ workers and pay them wages to allow them to consume products made by other people. Wages, money. We have a definition right there. Businesses combine factors of production to make goods and services which satisfy people's wants. All right, moving on. We have the concept of added value, which is the difference between the selling price of a product and the cost of bought-in materials and components. It is very important. All businesses attempt to add value, because if value is not added to the material and components that a business buys, then other costs cannot be paid for and no profit will be made. This is just a diagram here. Excuse me. Selling price of product is less material. So selling price of product minus material and bought-in cost equals added value by the business. You can see this is, I can just get the pointer, laser. This is the added value from this part. This is actually the cost material, and this is how businesses make profit. Okay, moving on. Screenshot. we have an example here. Selling price of a newly built house is $100,000. The value of bottom bricks, cement, with other materials, added value. Yeah, you guys can read this for yourself. So why is added value important? It's important because sales revenue is greater than the cost of materials bought in by the business. This means the business, my God, can pay other costs such as labor costs, management expenses, and costs, including advertising and power. They may be able to make a profit if these other costs come to a total that is less than the added value. So how could a business increase added value? There are two main ways in which a business can try to increase its added value. To sum this up, they either increase selling price but keep the cost of materials the same, or reduce the cost of materials but keep the price the same. So yeah, I'm going to create a high quality image. If you can have a quick read, let's give you a moment. Pause the video if you need to. And a quick summary. Adding value. Selling price of can, added value, custom raw materials. Selling price less. Yeah, so adding value is selling price minus cost of bought in materials / components. And you can do this by increasing price or reducing material costs. And these are some exam style questions as our commenter today requested. You guys can have a go at these yourselves. Go back through the video if you need to. I think I will go through these questions with you guys really quickly. Let's just switch quick. So, define a business. Businesses. Oh, first let's read the case study. This will likely be paper one style. So, Gauri plans to start her own business using her savings. She wants to produce fashion clothes for women. She's a very good clothes designer, but she does not like stitching clothes together. Two friends have offered to help Gauri. Alba is an experienced material or fabric cutter. She can cut lengths of material or fabric for clothes with very little wastage. Aditi is quick at sewing fabrics together. So, usually in an exam, I would suggest you to highlight the details of the case study. For example, plans to start at home using savings. That's the finance. She wants to produce fashion clothes for a woman. That's what the purpose of the business. And this is just the detail about the need for other people who are experienced in material or fabric cutting. And another one is quick at sewing fabric together. So yeah, that's pretty important for the questions you're going to answer. First question is define a business. Pause the video, attempt it yourself, and then once you're back, we'll continue. So a business combines the four factors of production to create goods and services that will satisfy the wants and the needs of the population. Question B. Identify two factors of production that Gauri will need for her new business. So we can see here that she has two friends that have offered to help. That will be labor. That's the first factor, production. And she is starting up her own business using her savings. That is finance, or in other words, the capital. Now, I'll just go through this question so you can pause the video and just once you're done, unpause it and you can check the answers. Okay, so for C, outline two possible opportunity costs that Gauri may have from her decision to start her own business. I'll let you have a go at this yourself. Let's see. Very little wastage. These quick at sewing fabric together. All right, let's go to question D. Explain one advantage and one disadvantage to Gary's business of using the original labor in making clothes. we just covered this. If you're stuck, go back to parts of the video earlier. But in this case, the employees that she has, i.e. her two friends, specialize in a skill, and this increases efficiency and output. That's an advantage. Disadvantage is that they can become bored in doing just one job, and then this will decrease the efficiency of the business. Now, E is a 6. Oh, wait. D is also a 6 marker. So I haven't gone through the 6 marker structure. Question E is a typical 6 marker here. Oh yeah, just quickly to tell you guys, remember 2 markers are usually just definitions. If you're stuck on a definition and you feel like it's kind of short, you can give an example, and that will probably get you another mark. Try to always write double the amount of marks given, so the lines. So if they give you 2 marks, then try to write 4 lines. But defined questions, you don't really need to do 4 lines, just 2 to 3 lines are fine. Depends on the actual term they're asking you to define. 4 markers, try to write 8. 4 markers, it's usually just knowledge. I have a feeling there's some application here. It's mostly knowledge and application. I forgot what's the other one, but I'll get back to you on that. 6 markers, it's 3, so there's obviously all 3 for knowledge, application, and I think the third one is analysis, maybe. I need to check that later. Actually, I should know this, but I don't. So 2 of knowledge, 2 of analysis, and 2 of application. I will make a video on application in the future. But anyway, do you think that Gary's business will be able to sell all the clothes that it makes? Now, basically, you just you state an advantage, or no, not an advantage in this case. You state a reason why she would be able to sell the clothes, and then you state a reason why not, and then at the end you give like a final decision kind of thing. This is a 6 marker, so it's quite limited. Try to not write too much. Let's see. You will be able to sell all of her clothes mix. All right, let's move on to question 2. Sorry, we're not attempting all questions here. I will show you guys the answers at the end of this video. So question 2. Mohammed owns a bakery. He makes bread and cakes. He employs 3 workers who help him mix dough for the bread and cakes. Put the dough into tins, bake the bread and cakes, and serve customers. Mohammed has calculated that the added value of his business is low. His customers complain when he tries to increase his prices. We can buy the same bread and cakes at the lower price, they tell him. So question A is define added value. This is the difference between the cost of bought-in materials and the selling price. That's 2 marks for you. If it doesn't mention the owner's name or the business name, then you don't need application. And question, so 2B is identify the opportunity cost to Mohammed of buying a new oven. Well, you would have to choose between oven A and oven B. One may be more expensive, the other is cheaper. Maybe one has more features or something like that. And then we have C, which is outline 2 benefits to Mohammed's business of all of his workers being able to do all of the jobs in the bakery. Right, let's see. He employs 3, mix the dough, put the dough into tins, bake the breads. Well, this is basically a reverse question to question 1D right there, but it's a 4 markers. So 2 benefits of Mohammed's, right? So 2 benefits, right? You guys can do that on your own. 2D, explain 2 ways in which Mohammed could increase the value added of his bakery business. Well, there are only 2 ways, which is to increase his prices but keep the cost of bought materials the same, or was it? Give me a moment. So either increase selling price but keep the cost of materials the same, or reduce the cost of materials but keep the price the same. So in this case, he could reduce the cost of the dough and the bread, or the dough or any other materials he uses to make the bread and cakes, and that would be 2 ways to increase value added. That's a 6 marker. Make sure to structure it well. In this case, you don't have to state your opinion. Actually, yeah. So, question E, a friend told Mohammed your business would be more successful if you only served in the shop and let your workers make the bread and cakes. Do you agree? Justify your answer. You don't serve the shop and let your workers make the bread. Another 6 marker. This is very good for practice. So go ahead and try it. I will show you guys the answers at the end of this video, or I will make a post on it soon. And then we have a revision checklist. In this chapter, you have learned the difference between wants and needs, why scarcity of resources results in choices on opportunity cost, why specialization is important, and the purpose and nature of business activity, how businesses can try to increase added value. If you're stuck on any of these, go through the video again, check out the textbook. That I'll leave another link in the description, but it was also in the last video. And after that, if you're still stuck, then you can leave a comment in the video and section below, and I will get to you as soon as possible. I hope this video helped. This is another example of McDonald's here. You guys can go through it. And there's also a few activities. 1.3. There's also 1.2 here, and 1.1 that we actually haven't done. But yeah, I think let's just go back here. All right, so that's it for this video. It's actually quite long. I think it's 20 minutes already. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please leave a comment, give me a like, and any feedback from me. This is my first time actually teaching, and obviously I have no teaching experience. I'm still a student, so any feedback for me would be useful. Anyways, I just really hope that this video helped you. Sorry I couldn't cover the whole section. It's quite long, so it's quite hard to do that. But either way, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful. I will see you in the next video. I will post the answers right after this video, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, the next video will be posted soon, probably tomorrow.